All right, it's on. So let's get into it. Apples first. So I'm doing the same thing as always, just looking for these measured moves at the 8 a.m. candle. I'm just using the 30-minute chart. Where's 8 a.m.? Right there. And then let's see if a pattern has set up already before the open. In that case, you can plan a trade for the open. And the open's only, 15 minutes away. The idea with the open, if you're trading the open, again, remember, you're dealing with volatility, you're dealing with momentum. If you're going to do that, be aware of that. But what I'm really trying to do here is target these levels and really not interact with the momentum stuff, which is tricky. So I'm recommending, if you're watching this stuff and trying to do what I'm doing, it's tricky. I think it's a bit complex. So just know what you're getting into. But the open is always, volatility, as you guys know. There you go, Microsoft. Big move up yesterday, and let's see. Have NVIDIA, yeah. It's great when you can get a bigger perspective on things. And that way it's easier to hold when the smaller picture goes against you a little bit. That's why I like the bigger time frame. And bigger, I mean, like 30 minutes is significantly bigger than the 5 minute, right? The 5 minute, yeah, you can actually take trades on the 5 minute. So it's still not really giving you a big perspective, unless you zoom out plenty. But anyways, I've done the 30-minute chart many times over the years, and I find it quite simple. You don't have to waste a lot of energy on it. Right. Tesla was wild yesterday, huh? It did that big move up front, but you could have predicted that because the previous day it came down, massive double bottom and go. So I didn't plan anything in the pre-market, but that was an obvious one looking back on it. Let's see if we find something like that today. You don't find those every day. When you do, that's great.
Avi, you are putting your measured moves on the 30 minutes. Is that correct?
Yeah, I'm using the 30-minute chart. I mean, there is sometimes you'll find a difference between the 1 and the 30 on these measured moves on the 8 a.m. candle, but nothing that bothers me to the point where I need to do something different. So I'm just gonna stick with this. Yeah. Look at Meta. Now Meta has the setup that Tesla had yesterday, right? Big move down and a big double bottom. The second bottom's already in. It's higher than the first. This is looking like a long. The setup isn't there yet, but let's see. We still have 12 minutes to the open. And it could also just set up later in the day. So keep an eye on that. So far, that's the most obvious thing I see. All right, there we go. All the levels are in, and I'm going to put levels on the SPY as well because I still want to figure out how to really trade the SPY consistently. That's something on my mind. So I'll keep an eye on it with these 30-minute candles and measured moves, and let's see if that makes any sense. Actually, we can look at it from yesterday. Looking at yesterday's 30-minute candle, it did something that was, I saw it later in the day. But let me see if I can find it again. Yeah, so you can see here, the SPY was in a consolidation, hit the bottom. Actually, oddly enough, in the consolidation, even a false breakout. Then hit the bottom, all the way to the top, to the bottom. Then started setting up a breakout pattern right here. You can see this, right? Where it keeps hitting its head on the level, and the bottoms are generally getting higher. Finally did a breakout, retest, and that's as far as it went. But if you look at the SPY yesterday, let's say around this 2 o'clock time frame and onwards, let's see what it really looked like. Could you have found a way to enter that breakout or that retest or something? Let's scroll back. So that's that breakout yesterday. There's a retest. You might be able to find an entry there. Very difficult, I'd say. Other than that, when you're identifying the wedge pattern happening, you might think of entering in this area as an anticipation for the breakout. That's also there. I think this is not an ideal setup. But there you go. There are opportunities. Again, the SPY is more difficult to trade. I just find it much more complicated. So it's not my primary thing. I'm just keeping an eye on it to figure out if there's a way to trade this consistently. Trade it consistently is the key thing. All right, so all the levels are in. Now let's see if there's anything we can find. Hey, look at that, Andrew's back trading. Yeah, good. All right, got that out of the way. So we have what, 9 minutes to the open. Let me know if you want to talk about anything or if you see anything setting up. I don't see anything yet except Meta. It's the only thing. Still gotta wait. See how this 30-minute candle closes. So again, the strategy is the same. This naked trading setup stuff. You have double bottom over here, and this, when you identify the bottom, you got to make sure you have one genuinely bullish candle. So if this candle closes genuinely bullish in the next 8 minutes or so, then the new high would be the entry on a 30-minute chart. But once that closes bullish, I'm going to switch over to the 1 minute, and then in the 1 minute, I'm looking for also a bullish setup. So it's go at the open. That can be very hard. You're just looking at this thing bouncing around on the chart. It's very scary. So looking at that, and 705 would be an intermediate target. The real one's up here because this was support. This was resistance breakdown. It could easily go there and reject, turning that resistance into, turning that support into resistance at 708. 708 is the big target, really, if there's a long on Meta up front. Basically, you need buyers coming in at 700. So let's see.
Avi, Tesla has an inflection point at 360, which was yesterday's close, and it's kind of bouncing at that level, just about the level too.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. It's in a big tight consolidation zone. See that? 360 is approximately the bottom of it. But yeah, basically, it could bounce off 360 again. I don't know. But I won't touch it near 360. It has to really go down and do something like this. So I get to 359 and either bounce or break out. For now, I'm seeing really just a whole lot of chop. And for it to break out of here, let it break out, retest, and then you have it either up or down, either way.
Yeah, that level looks very important on the daily chart. It really looks like that.
Yeah, so pick levels that make sense to you. If 360 makes sense to you on the time frame you like, then okay, stick to it. Yeah. Apple's the same as Tesla. It's just a chop zone. Trying to see if there's any other setup coming together now before the open. All I'm seeing is Meta. Meta isn't ideal either. Everything's a bit of a choppy zone. Microsoft has some interesting activity. See, it was long, well, it was strong. Then even in the pre-market or post-market, then in the pre-market so far, it's just weak. So you can see a bullish run and maybe a reversal or a continuation of the bullish run. For a reversal, I don't see any setup here. You have the long tail hammer here, but that's no space to the left. So it went, but anyways, it wouldn't have entered there. It's the market's closed. Then you have, for a continuation, it has to put in a big long tail hammer. So you have to let a 30-minute candle close. So I don't see anything setting up that you can plan for the open. NVIDIA is confusing. Yeah, I don't like it. I was thinking for a moment it could be good, but no. Nope, I don't see anything. I don't see anything I'm convinced about. Dean, AMD. AMD is just a mess. Everything's just kind of stuck in a zone. See this? AMD got the levels there, and it's just stuck in between. You know, did a gap yesterday, and then just got chopped up in between. I don't see anything now. Let these patterns set up on a 30-minute chart, so that means at least wait till 10 a.m. till something happens. Meta, I don't see anything. It was looking decent. We still have 4 minutes to the open. Let's see what it does. So that double bottom was looking all right a few minutes ago, but now it's not. Anyways, you got to wait for the candle to close. That would have been a good short yesterday, huh? I don't think I was looking at it. Actually, I think I took the long yesterday from here. I wasn't looking at it later. Anyways. So if Meta does a breakout, then I wait for the retest. So anyways, if things do break out, wait for the retest. Google was a bit of a party yesterday. Amazon was too. I believe I missed on the Amazon party. Look at that. Yesterday was a big double bottom on Amazon. It came from top to down, and even smaller scale came from top to down, big double bottom. And there was a long. I think I was already in bed by then. But right there, if you zoom in on the 1 minute chart, you probably see it here around 1:30 or so. Where the 1 minute candlestick started bouncing off of this area. What is it, 224.50 or so? And big move. And you can see how big this move is, right? It's bigger than the initial move. The bigger moves tend to happen later in the day. So,
Avi, do you mind if you recap retest scenario definition that you have in your mind?
yeah, sure. So look at this on Meta real quick, whatever I've got on the screen here. You can see it came down and then it did a breakout, right? Even set up nicely for a breakout, even give you a continuation pattern. Everything was here. And then it went back to the level, like making a gap as well, going back to the level later and push down again from that. That's a retest. Where it breaks out, goes back to retest it, and off it goes again. So there's a retest right there. Just retesting a breakout.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay, so I don't like the look of anything for the open. If anything's setting up for a breakout, let me see. A minute and a half. Is there anything like a wedge or something setting up?
Hey, Avi, real quick. What time do you start your sessions now?
What time did we start today? About 10, 15 minutes before the open. So usually I'll show up anytime between 9:15 and 9:30, let's say, put it that way. So something like that. I'm not really firm about it. With this 30-minute candlestick stuff, it makes sense to show up a little earlier for a little bit of planning, but it only takes 3 minutes to plan anyway. So just think about it from 9:15 onwards, approximately. That's when my brain switches on.
Thanks.
All right. You know what I'll do here? I think what's interesting, the 1 minute to the open, I'm going to watch Meta on a 1 minute chart because you can see how it's just getting lower and lower and lower. And if it truly breaks out, makes a new low, that'll be good. Then wait for the retest. That's all this can happen very quickly at the open. So I'm going to watch this on a 1 minute and be ready for that if it happens. As in the first few minutes of the day. I don't see anything else that I would involve myself in. So I see that as the only possibility. Got 10 seconds to go, and I don't see the 30-minute candle closing up near 700. I mean, it could in the next minute, but let's see. If that happens, then a new breakout would be a long. Otherwise, a breakdown would be a retest. I would wait for a retest on that one. So the going upwards through the level, it would be a double bottom going up. Going down would be a breakdown. You can see how jumpy this thing is. Ugh. So 695. No, I'm not going to trade that way. So far, it's below. Looking weak. Meta's very, very weak for now. AJC, I'll trade tomorrow's expiry, Friday. Especially trading the open. I don't mind 0 DTE. That works all right. There it goes. Meta breakdown. Fine. Yeah, okay. Now, if it retests, I'll be involved in this. 690, 750 contracts. It'll be $1 stop, so that's going to be pretty wide. Let's see. There it is, pushing up. Ooh, pretty wild. All right. Oops. I'm going short. I went slightly bigger than I planned for, so I will exit quickly. If this don't want to work. Nope, that don't want to work. I'm out of here. No. That doesn't want to work. Yikes. I put on the wrong position size. But I'll wait for it again. If it goes down again, it could. I'm looking for a retest of a breakdown. This is where these 10-second candles become useful, but yeah, you basically have to watch the action. See, the rejection of 698 is really interesting. It's where it rejected earlier. There are buyers further down, but let's see. Nope, it broke through there. So, all right. No, all right. That whole short thesis doesn't make sense. So one attempt on that and no good. All right. Oh, now it comes back. Yeah. 699. So this is still rejecting. What's good news is it's holding below 700, 699 for now, but very jumpy. Apple was kind of strong. If you guys looked at that, I wasn't looking at it. Let's see this thing close. Something really bearish would be fun. Since it's holding 700, oh yeah, look at the 700 contracts. There's probably a lot of liquidity on it. There it goes. Meta. The problem with the reversal on Meta now is that it's made a lower bottom, which is not a good double bottom setup. That's unfortunate. So I'm not looking to go long anywhere here. All right, so no setups for now. Just sit and wait. And now it's a matter of waiting for a 30-minute candle to close. Oh, wait a sec. Maybe Tesla has something going on. It's the breakout. Ooh, I like that breakout. That's a fun one. Let's see if that happens. 360. Yeah, already gone a bit. Let it pull back a little. 5, 6. Okay, yeah. Tesla. Okay, yep, I'm catching this breakout. And the stop is basically the top of the big breakout candle, giving it enough room for the retest. This is the open, so these things just fly quickly. If they fly quickly. So again, not the biggest size, but enough to keep it interesting because you are trading the open here. And there we go. Stop is there. Give it a bit of room. All right. So Tesla looking for the next level down, which is 354. Just give it the time and space that it needs. That's a neat one because that support is very serious. You can see how it's just held and held and held, and when it breaks down from there, that could be explosive. So you got to look for levels that are, really interacting well. And these two wicks up here, with 360 rejection, I mean, this is massive. This is what really encouraged me as well. Big sellers 360. So I like the setup. But again, perfect setups often fail as well. You cannot guarantee anything. Oh, that wants to go. So 355, 354 area is the target zone. AMD did that too. But let's see, did AMD behave? No, it did not. So Tesla is at yesterday's intraday level. You can see where it found support yesterday. It's right there, which was also an intraday level 2 days ago. Interesting zone right here, 356.80 or so. Once it breaks there, then it's a pretty fast mover. 356. Let's go. 355 is where I'll start getting interested to start taking it off, basically down there. And AMD as well, guys. Again, 116, same place as yesterday where it was interesting. For those of you who are interested, something to look at. Oh, there we go. Tesla moving now. All right. Where are we? Very close to the target. It's probably liquidity at 355 for those of you who have the order book. Big number and liquidity. So just wait for it. We should tighten the stop at this point. Tighten the stop a little. There we go. Let's see if we can get close to 355.50ish. At least get 2 there. It's still a bit far. There we go. Get in there. Get in there. Come on. There we go. All right. I'm starting to take it off here. And I'll hit the... Yeah, this is volatility stuff. I know it'll have a heavy pullback. Likely to. Anyway, still have 5 contracts on the table. And let it go to the level and get the rest off. There we go. So 1 worked. Damn shame about Meta earlier. I just hit the button too many times. Took the wrong size. Too much size, basically. Anyways, this one's all right. And what else? Amazon, AMD, nothing's working. Oh, look at that. Oh, NVIDIA is interesting. NVIDIA is like yesterday, big rejection. If you guys want to look at this, again, I didn't see this before the open, but see it now. Big move up, big hammer, reversal, right? And the lower highs. And the last 30-minute candle before the open, you can even see a lower high here. It's telling you the sellers are taking over. The new low over there would be the entry, or I would do it on a 1-minute chart. I'd wait for it to break through the level, possibly enter a low there. It's not an ideal setup, but it's there. You can see what's happening, right? Where the bears are in charge more than anyone else, or are beginning to take charge. Oof. All right, Tesla 320. Yeah, better move the stop. And the spreads are terrible with these contracts, so I'm gonna tighten that stop and just leave it there. So AMD is interesting. Look at that. Just go. I wonder if that's set up for a breakout. Let's have a look. No. Fallen Angel setup, but this is not something I like very much. So there you go. AMD for those who like it. At 116, consolidation and go. Again, ABCD pattern for those who like it. This is very Wyckoff, by the way. Very, we say near perfect structure. But made an opening range, then breakout. Didn't give you the retest, but may have done it within the candle. But breakout, 1 leg up, consolidation, and 2nd leg up. So very nicely structured based on measured moves. Now Meta wants to go. Look at that. Ah. All right. Tesla got me, so stopped out a little better than break even. That's 1 decent trade. Anyone catch anything? We got AMD, we got Meta, we got Apple being messy, Microsoft interesting. Look at that Meta. I was interested in the short, but the long wasn't there for my setup because the low was deeper than the first one. So the double bottom did not happen the way I like to see it. Let's move this whole thing up. So 707.50. Look at that. It's going right through the targets. If only it's set up, I would have taken that. Oh well. Anyways. Anyone get anything? Anything fun?
I took meta call.
Oh, you went long. Nice. You got this.
Yeah, I remember you said that those levels are zone, and based on that, I ignored that the second bottom was lower than the first one.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
I cheated.
Yes, you did. You're bending the rules, man. You see that. I mean, at least the way I see it, there's two different things, right? You have levels, which are zones, and then you have price action, which is precise. Don't mix those two up. So with the price action, you saw the second low was lower, and that's telling you precisely that these bulls are not really in charge because the bears are making a new low. So
Right.
that's a lot of precision there.
Yeah, you're right.
I believe in that. I trust that stuff.
Yeah.
But on the zone, yeah, the zone is just kind of a zone where you should start looking at the chart. But then the price action is what's telling you exactly where to put your stop or exactly who's in charge, bears or bulls, or who's taking charge. That's momentum stuff. So yeah, just watch all that.
You're right. Sounds good.
Mhm.
Thanks for the advice.
Yep. Man, NVIDIA, very, very messy. Probably below the VWAP, probably, yeah, big rejection of 140. You can see opening range. Man, this is actually a good short. The setup's there. It's not a great short. It's good, but not great. So right now, all I'm looking at is on 30-minute charts. I'm looking at what's going through a level or what's near a level. Is it setting up a breakout on a 1 minute? If it is, then I'll be interested, like the Tesla one. Breakout, or then a retest of the breakout as well.
Yeah, could you check AMD?
Yeah. So AMD, yeah, breakout, retest, 116 key level. 116 was yesterday's high as well, approximately. So see if you get something here. Oh, 1 minute. And the retest. I wouldn't go now. I mean, I'd wait for it to close a big white candle, then the new high to minimize your risk. But it looks strong. You don't want to go short this thing. It's looking good and strong.
Yeah, I'm planning to go long.
Yeah. So get your setup right. Make sure you know your risk.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. These sorts of things, you also want to put maybe moving averages on your charts, 9 EMA and the VWAP, and make sure they're not extended and stuff like that. So you're dealing with volatility, so you want to watch that. Me personally, I'm avoiding volatility, even though I'm dealing with the open. I'm getting the entry and then just let it go to the target. That's why on Tesla, I didn't partial like every 30 seconds, right? Just let it go. If it took 30 seconds to get there, it took 3 minutes, or it took 30 minutes, doesn't matter. I wanted to hit the target. So I'm doing things a little bit rebelliously, a little different, but also carries its own risks. So just be aware of these things.
Morning, Avi.
Morning. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Microsoft was good. Interesting.
Doesn't matter whatever you do, you make money, right?
Have you heard me say that before? No. Actually, yes. I very obnoxiously say that every time I go to boot camp. I tell them the thing in boot camp is basically, you're supposed to develop a strategy and you're exposed to many opportunities, many different strategies, kind of find your way through that. And I tell them all there, hey, whatever strategy you have, give it to me. Anyone, I don't care what it is. I promise you I'll make money in 1 quarter. I'll make it profitable. And the real magic sauce to that is risk to reward. Keep your losers small and your winners big. That's it. So stop out when you're supposed to stop out and let those winners run. So yeah, that's something I always talk about in boot camp. So I like to move away from partialing. The first few years you tend to do that. A lot of people do it for their entire careers, but I like to move away from that so you can hold a full size for a full move. That's the whole idea, right? That's how you get the winners to be winners, big winners. And that's really how you can make the winners bigger than your losers. So that's one side. On the other side, you have to keep those losers small. How do you do that? Well, put on the right position size and know exactly where your stop is before you enter the trade, and then stick to that. You saw me today on Meta. I put on the wrong position size. I should have been less trigger happy, and so I took a bigger stop than I wanted to take. And that wasn't that the stop was in the wrong place. The stop was just fine. It was the position size that was wrong. So totally mismanaged that one. But once you get it going right and you follow your rules, you can make money on any strategy. It doesn't really matter. And that's the art of printing money, right? And that's the course on Trading Terminal. It's all about that.
Yeah, that's why I don't lose money. I'm what do you call the paper trading account?
Good.
Because I just get out so early.
For trade.
But real account is hard.
Paper trade till you find consistency for, let's say, 1 quarter at least. And then slowly in the big account or real account, slowly. So, yeah, you know what to do.
Yeah, today was good. I again shorted PLTR. That was good.
You're chasing that exotic stuff again, huh? Good,
Turkish
man.
was very top up, like 125. So I was thinking that it's gonna go down, and then yeah, it wasn't in my strategy because the first big candle in 2 minutes is showing that it will go down.
Okay, you got it then. Nice. Look at that, guys. NVIDIA making the move. It looked good. Well, not great, but good. It looked great. I may have taken it. You can see the rejection. 140 is very obvious. You can see it on the 30-minute chart. We talked about big bullish run, putting in lower highs. You can see the reverse happened 2 days ago. And then it's just a matter of catching it on pullbacks on its bearish run. And the pullback today was up here, and then you can see that big reversal candle. You can see that it's a lower high. You can see that you see it as a double top, even on a small scale, where the bottom was here, big top yesterday, and the second top lower was pre-market today. And then you have 140 and the level right in the area, and go to the 1 minute, and you see it's basically bounced off 140, but then did a breakdown through 140, and then retested it, confirming 140 is basically resistance now. Give you another opportunity to enter around 942 or so, and now it's at the target. So there you go. Pretty good setup, pretty good move. Just an identified in time. When the market's a gold mine, it's just silly how many opportunities we have every single day. So Apple as well. Look at that big ABCD kind of pattern, looking positive. Let's get the levels into the right place. There it is. I already hit that level up there. So yeah, this is a key level right here where it's just holding above. What is it, 245.70 or so? Basically right about yesterday's high and close to the top of the resistance of the recent past. There you go on a 1 minute chart. It's difficult on the 1 minute though, I gotta say. This pattern is very hard to read. But you can see what's really happening, right? The resistance was right here, about 245.70. Breakout, retest that area, and likely to push further up, further beyond 247. And Tesla hit that target of mine eventually. You know what? Oh, I forgot one thing. I should have gone with out of the money contracts because it's the open. That would have been much bigger. The P&L would have been about 50% bigger if I went with out of the money contracts, so like 357.50 or so instead of the 360s. Oh no. Yeah. But also, yeah, definitely that exit over there. You can see with these contracts, though, they're very tricky to hold on to. When, especially at the open, they go against you a lot. These are some of the nuances about options. You gotta exit quickly when it's not working for you. Trading the open, of course, everything happens quick. What do we have here? Brandy, you got SMCI? SMCI. Let's see. I haven't looked at that today. Oh, big move. I was a mover yesterday, huh? Today also, multiple dollars. So it's pretty cool, SMC. I can see this range that's formed. It's basically a pennant tightening. And at the tip of the pennant, it breaks in one way or another. So that's that momentum breakout thing. Google. Google has my attention for a move. Oh boy. Yeah, I like Google. Oh, don't go without me. Crap. I just went. You believe it? Just as I was looking at it, I was thinking I'm going to enter, and then it just went. But I could still enter on a pullback. So the thing about breakouts, when it goes, don't chase it. My goodness, don't chase it. Out of the money would be too far out in this case on Google. Yeah, I can't go out of the money on Google. It's too difficult. So 185 is in the money. Okay, there's a pullback. There's 20 cents stop on this, 25. Yeah, let's see. All right, let's get into this. So short Google. This time I think I got the right size. Silly thing. The stop is tricky on this. You can hardly map the options on the 1 minute chart. It's very, very difficult. So where is it? About 140 for now, and then I got to tighten it. Yeah. Okay. So what I see here on Google, guys, similar to Tesla, you got this zone right here, which was firm support. And then it was also support at the ADM candle. And it just came right back to it. At the open, pushed up, rejected about 185 or so, and came to it. And when it came to it, you can see that. Pushed up again. The sellers are there, pushing down. You can see these highs getting lower and lower. So what I'm seeing is the sellers are in charge, especially below the level. And then it just adjusted a new breakdown right here, break the low of day. It's likely to do this. Yeah, this makes sense for it to mess around before it continues. And so that's it. Again, fractal patterns, right? See a big breakdown on a 30-minute, then look for the breakdown on the 1 minute. And now, let's see. Don't know what it wants to do, but it'll do something. At least the setup's there, and that's all you can do. That's all you can do is control whether you enter or exit, put on the right risk. The rest is not in your hands. Just let it go. And you guys see Tesla? I wish I was able to hold on to some of that position. It's just going. 350s next. Tesla's weak. Whoa, it's already at the target, this one. Yikes. 183.50 is my target zone. Holy crap, that was fast. Go. There it is. Very, very close, very close. 183.60-ish. Yeah, I see it. Holy crap. Yeah, now this is going to pull back really fast. I got to be careful with this. You see how when things pop so quickly, it's going to pull back just as quick. You can see that the opening momentum is still there. So that's it. I'm out of the majority of that position. Just 4 contracts left. Let's see if I can get a bit more out. No, I can't. All good. So the rest are at break even and a bit better. If it continues, great. Let it run. So there we go. That's 2 for now. That worked. I'm a little annoyed with Tesla. Actually, no, I got to say my trading today is very sloppy because I didn't take the right contract on Tesla. I should have gone out of the money. On that, I put too much size. I mean, these are mistakes that can really destroy your P&L. So far, I'm surviving, but this is not. I'm just not.
Hey, Avi.
Yeah, go ahead.
Scott here. I have a question or a comment or an idea for you. What about doing a small account challenge? Like, for example, the premise would be that you could grow a small account using options, say $5,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that possible in your mind that you could grow an account from 5,000 to 50,000 using your current strategy?
Is it possible? Oh yeah, definitely possible. To do that, let me think. You're talking about multiplying your account by 10. Yeah, it works. Here's the tricky part, though. I gotta say, with day trading, and you're looking at multiplying an account. When you're trading options, at least what I'm doing, you're looking at like 10% per day kind of returns. which is quite large. And then, so when you do, let's say you have this $5,000 account, pretty quickly it becomes $10,000. Well, you can't go risking $500 a trade anymore on a $10,000 account if you want to keep that rate of growth. Now you got to double your risk. You got to risk $1,000 a trade, let's say. Can you handle that emotionally? That's the challenge, the real challenge. It's not about the numbers and the returns, because you have to bump up your risk based on a percentage of your account size if you want to keep growing and go 10x the account. Now, so it's the human being that's the limitation, I think. I'm struggling with that same thing. Like what I'm working with nowadays here with this trading is a $200,000 account, and I maintain that, as in it gets a little bit bigger. I'll take out the profits, put it to other investments, and pay bills with it. And I'll start tomorrow again with $200,000. And if I keep going and just leave the cash in there, next thing I know, I've got like a $400,000 account, and I've got to risk like $20,000 per trade or something stupid. I was like, I've done that, and I realized I don't want to do that. So you got to keep with this kind of rate of return, 10% per day. I think the healthy thing to do is to keep taking the cash out of your account and reset it every day. If you make a loss, well, don't go add cash to it. No, just now you have a smaller account to work with. Okay, work with it.
Yeah.
So those are difficult things. I've been through those cycles. Oh man.
Yeah.
You want to be careful. I like the idea though. Makes sense. Look at that. Google smacked into the target. Amazon did a breakout as well, guys. Oh crap, I was busy with Google. I didn't look at it. Okay, let's get these levels working. Where's 8 a.m.? There. Wow. Oh wait, I have the wrong levels on Amazon. Oops. Huh. Did anyone notice that? The levels are completely in the wrong place. Must be yesterday's levels or something. Anyways, okay, there it is. Oh man, look at that on Amazon. That breakout was early in the day. Oh. Anyways, let's have a look. So you can see on the 30-minute candle, right? It broke down from that earlier level, 224.50. So you go on the 1 minute, what does it look like? Yeah, you'd be tempted here, maybe you get an entry, then you stop out. In the lower high, you can tell the bears are in charge, so it gets to the level again, but doesn't go. Then it goes maybe in this area. You might find an entry. This is just a few minutes ago. Oh, I think it's difficult. Probably take 1 or 2 stop outs along the way here. Yeah, Amazon works.
Hey, Avi, what was your thinking on your Google trade?
Google, yeah. So I see the level here. It was firm support. Well, it was resistance, let's say, and then it turned into support yesterday, intraday level, and it held. 8 a.m. candle tells you that. And then when this 30-minute candle started to come to the level and it was getting down below the level, about 184.50, that's when I went to the 1-minute chart thinking, hey, this might break this firm support. And let's see if it does a breakout. So I went to the 1 minute and it was, I think it was in this area. Where was it? Maybe it was here. I think it was in this area when I looked at it. Can't even remember now. And so what I saw is that, so it came to the level looking very bearish, but then pushed up, and this hammer was really cool, right? Because this is going up, but the bears are saying, no way, I'm keeping this down. Also some decent room to the left. We could see basically the lows, the highs are getting lower and lower and lower. And then this wick is also interesting. You can see that. Every time it pushes up, it's got all these bearish wicks to it. And then it started to hold down in this area right below the level. So this is, I think, where I got in, somewhere in this area. And the exit was just above the area and go. So again, fractal patterns. I'm looking at 30-minute chart. It's a breakout happening, and a 1-minute chart is a breakout happening. It turns out it was happening. It's just slow, right? Okay. And it does retests along the way, and the retest area is basically 185. And the bears are not giving up 185, the obvious number. They're even keeping it below. So fractal patterns. There you go. Okay. AMD's doing that right now, guys. Is it? AMD hit a level. It's a very important support level since yesterday. Yeah, it's just been holding. This is an interesting level. Let's see if it breaks out. It's not a setup for breakout now. It's just hit the level. So if it breaks out, then I have something to talk about. Oh crap! You guys see Apple? Uh-oh. But look at this one. Look at that candle. So what do we have? We have a big bullish run, consolidating, finally putting in the biggest candle it's put in a long time at the top of a bullish run. Uh-oh. This is a good one. I think I like this one. Let's find an entry here. 30-minute candle closed, and now we go in the money with this one. Yeah, it's breaking 245 as resistance. You can see it push down, rejecting 245 right at the level. Oh boy, I can't even look at this properly. Okay, time to go short here. 200. Yeah, this position better be correct. I don't want to get the wrong position size again. I think I put in a little small on this one. Next level. I mean, the level is really close. The exit is just above, so it's pretty tight. Yeah, and it's just in the money. I don't really want to go in the money today, or sorry, out of the money right now. It's past 10 o'clock. This could be fun, but let's see. I don't know. Yeah, that 30-minute candle, man, that's really fun on Apple. You see that? It's huge. So on the 1 minute now, I'm looking for bearish activity. This bearish on 30-minute, find bearish setup on 1 minute, which I see a breakout. I see the resistance. I see that it made basically a big double top, rejecting 245 key number. Now let's see what happens. The setups are coming faster today than most days. Let's see. Man, look at NVIDIA, same thing. There's a lot going on, guys. At least in my view. NVIDIA, Tesla as well, the same thing. Holy crap, breakdown. It's too many setups to take. You can't take them all. You gotta be patient, or one at a time, really. Okay, let's see. Do we stop out here? Now 245 is the exit area. If it basically gains 245, gets above these wicks here, that's my exit. So I got an eye on it. I should put the stop so I don't have to look at it. And I think I need to add on this. I'll see if I can scale in a little bit more on this if it goes weaker. Let's see how this rejection happens. If it rejects, then I'll try and go weaker on this. Oh, now Meta's doing a breakout too. The one I tried earlier. Eesh. Man. This market is just wild. I'm going to take a Meta entry as well. Since I got the stop here on Apple, I don't have to look at it. Not AMD, not NVIDIA, no. Meta's weak. Meta, how does Meta work? 97.50, okay. Yeah, Meta's really wide. Really wide. Okay, Apple should stop me. Did it stop me? Oh, it didn't stop me. X, no. Stop was too wide on that. So the position size was right on Apple, but the stop was wide. So, oh well. So the Apple one was a no-go. I got an eye on Meta for the short. And then NVIDIA is doing a reversal, but that's on a 1 minute, if you guys like that. But, let's see what it wants. So what I'm seeing is it did a breakout and pushed back up to retest the breakout area. It does have low of day, but you know it's super bearish. It comes into low of day, it goes. And on a 30-minute also, this is it's just all weak. So you're looking for a continuation play on the 30-minute. Let's get the levels working. Yeah. 693 is the target. So. Man, the SPY is also putting in big candles. Yeah, we're having a bit of bullish activity for now all over the market, but it looks temporary. Oddly enough, Meta's the only one that's not really going upwards. Most things are. Oh, now it pops. There it goes. Oh, I see that on Apple. I might re-enter short Apple in a few minutes if it behaves. You can see the other side of the market coming in now, right, guys? You can see where it's bullish behavior generally. But I see this more as a big pullback on the bearish run more than anything else. Again, Apple is still very interesting. The pattern is really good on a 30-minute, like I was telling you guys earlier. That 30-minute action is really great. Here's something I'll show you what I like about the bigger time frames. So on Meta, it came down, and you wouldn't think about long. I'm not even thinking about long because of the double bottom. It's not a good double bottom. It's the lower, the second one is lower, right? So I'm only looking for a short, only. So that already fixes your mind in one direction. And then you go into the 1 minute, and if it does not provide the setup for the short, there's nothing there to do. So it stops that over trading. So on a 1 minute, you could say, oh, look at that bottom. Now we could go up, you know, but then you got to zoom out and look at the context, and it's not really there. So that's one of the things I like about fractal patterns. You figure out the direction based on a bigger time frame, and then you wait on the smaller time frame for the opportunity. Questions we have here. AJC, you took Tesla and closed at 355 and reshorted 357, stopped out. How do you survive pullbacks? You don't survive pullbacks, as in it either hits your stop or it doesn't. It's not in your control, right? You put your stop based on your trade thesis. So you put your stop where if your trade is invalid, that's when you should stop out. So if your thesis is it's holding a certain level, then your stop is on the other side of that level. And that's it. It either stops you or it doesn't. And that's not in your control. So don't try and control it. You'll drive yourself nuts. You really will drive yourself nuts trying to control these things. Please don't do that. Man. All right, here comes the Meta reversal. Apple as well. There's two opportunities. Whoa. Okay. Let's go Meta. Got the right size on this time. And I have to put the stop in. This is very difficult to hold on to and watch. Meta is just very hard to work with. I'd rather not look at it. And Apple also now 240, 250. Can't do it. It's too far out of the money. Well, you know, it's not too bad actually. It's a little bit. It's okay. So Apple, seeing the big rejection 245. I'm seeing it as a big bearish activity. So again, the areas are zones. Just because it's above the level doesn't mean you don't short it. You're looking at bears and bulls all day long. Let's see. I want to see it make lower lows. Yeah, it's pushing up for now, but let's see this rejection. If it truly rejects, then it's short. Again, I'm not going long, even though it looks like it's a long around this area, right? With the bottom here, you can see 1 minute chart came down, double bottom. Yeah, it makes sense if you're trading the 1 minute chart, but I'm not. I'm looking at a bigger perspective here. Well, see the rejection there, 245. That's important. Still waiting for it. Let it push a little further down. You can see the sellers. If you guys are watching the tape at 245 on Apple, it's a key level. Very key level. NVIDIA as well, rejecting a key level, yeah. Okay, let's get into Apple. These are cheap contracts. And they're out of the money, so a little bit more delicate. Yeah, there we go. Now we got it. Okay, there it is. I think I got it. 60. Okay, so 2 short positions on, and both of them are tricky because Meta we know is a mess to watch. It's all wiki, and Apple is I've gone out of the money a little bit. It's only the next one out, but it's still wild enough that it's going to be squirrely. So, anyways, 2 positions and let them be. See what happens. Where are they? Yeah, make sure there's 2 and stops in place. Okay, good. What do we have here? Mo, you're looking at Walmart? Did I have earnings today or something? Wow, yeah, look at that. Big weak candle. Whoa. What do you want to know about Walmart? Very volatile at the open and then settle down. And this is the thing about trading these catalyst tickers, right? It'll give you lots of ORB stuff, volatility, and then not likely to give you a lot of fun later. Not likely. So you want to watch that stuff. Ooh. They had earnings. Cool. Yeah. You guys want to see something? This is fun. Look at NVIDIA through the level. Well, gets there, consolidate, break down, bounce back, retest, going straight back down to it. It's amazing how these things work. It's just amazing. I don't know what to tell you. You can really lean on them. You can see there's an abundance of opportunities everywhere. So FOMO or even fear of losing, you got to find ways to realize that it's just not valid. Fear of losing or fear of missing out is just not valid. It's just holds us back all the time. AMD is strange. Look at that. All right, guys, I'll be here with you for another 10 minutes or so, and then go prepare for the YouTube stuff and get online. What else? I don't see much else happening here. So everything on a 1-minute chart looks bullish now, but let it be MND shorts, so you gotta just let it sit. Either hits your stop or it doesn't, right? You can't control that. And look at these 2, they're probably close to my stop, yeah. Meta is, Apple is, yeah, makes sense. All right, there goes Meta. That should hit. That should hit fairly quickly. Yeah, that one hit. Okay, good. Out of that, and Apple, not yet, still holding. All right, cool. So I don't see any other opportunities for now. Just wait for a 30-minute setup.
Avi.
Yep.
Hi. So listen, I was just thinking. So when we were doing 5 minutes and and then taking the trades, then you can put the exit on a shorter time frame, right? But if you're looking at 30 minutes, and then we are going on 1 minute and all, do you think that that's like a really less time in terms of the stop loss and all, and exit, putting the stop loss for the positions?
Yeah. Good point. I'm putting the stop based on a 1-minute chart. I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, like for example, this Apple thing, right? I mean, you're absolutely right. And 30 minutes, it looks just going down.
Yeah, it's just going down. It's going down
It is
today.
going down. Yeah.
So
1 minute and all, it's not behaving the way it's expected to behave, but it's gonna run around here and then drop at some point in the day, right?
Yeah, that's why you keep tight stops. If it stops you, that's fine, and if it gives you the setup again, take it. That's what I'm doing on Meta, right? I took the setup earlier. It stopped me, but I'm back in it now, or stopped out. Took 2 setups on it,
Yeah.
and that's it. So if it stops, it's fine. At least you didn't blow up an account, right? You can still come back tomorrow. But you're trying to capture the 30-minute move with a 1-minute entry. Now that gets really powerful, where you have a bigger size with a tighter stop, but your target is far away.
Yeah,
that's the power of the fractal patterns. That you've seen me do this over the years.
I have. I mean, actually,
yeah.
I've seen. I mean, I started when I started with you. You were doing the fractal patterns 30 to 1, and then we moved to this 5 minutes. And actually, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I saw less stop outs on the 5 minute.
Oh yeah, you'll get less stop outs on the 5 minute. It's wider.
Yeah.
But like you see, what I'm trying to achieve here is to get into bigger positions, as in with tighter stops, so you can take bigger positions and then still hold for bigger targets. So I'm kind of squeezing it on both sides.
Yeah, that's like you're trying to.
Yeah. So it's a bit tricky, but when you get it,
it's very tricky actually. Unless you have a trend or a momentum in one direction, up or down. With this kind of choppiness, it's like, okay, you know what?
Yeah. And you really got to trust the 30-minute charts, right? Did Apple stop me? Yeah, Apple stopped me out too. You really got to trust these charts, your 30-minute analysis. If you can trust it, now you have something to work with. Because the 1 minute will go in your favor, and then 5 minutes later it'll go against you, and then it'll just play with you all day.
Yeah.
But you're taking the trade based on a much bigger thing, on a 30-minute reversal or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And you just got to sit on that. And that's why I find it challenging. So what I like to do, right? Just put on the trade, put a stop in place, and leave it. Put on a 30 minutes, just leave it alone.
Yeah.
And look at it later when it gets close to your target, or either it stops you and then you find out later, oh, you got stopped out. Okay.
Yeah.
No big deal.
Yeah, I mean, last time when you were when you taught us about this, the candle structure and all. So in my case, what I found out is that when I'm relying more on these 5 minute candles and taking the trades based on it, either up or down. Like for example, today PLTR was literally $2.50, right, of a trade. Actually, literally $3. And they're kind of more. I can rely more rather than 1 minute. More rely on 5 minutes, right? I don't know.
It's it's simpler. The process is easier because you have one time frame. You're looking at the setup and the execution on one thing. You're not bouncing around trying to decipher, is there alignment between two time frames?
Yeah,
that gets tricky. But there is a benefit to the multiple time frames, is that you can capture bigger moves, you get a bigger perspective. So there are advantages on both sides. So if you're struggling, of course, then I always recommend keep it really simple. Go to the 5 minute wide stops, easy to watch. It doesn't trigger you too much like a 1 minute chart. So it has all that. That's a 5 minute. But multiple time frames, now you're adding complexity. But only do that if you are confident of that much better reward. Otherwise, you don't want complexity.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, I think that the breakout of 30 minutes is pretty key, right? I mean, that behavior kind of reverberates into the charts all day long. I mean, you can see very, very clearly the levels, even the Fibonacci levels even work on the 30, right? They kind of connect to those the support and the resistance, right?
Yep, they work. They all work just fine, so no big deal.
Yeah, pretty much. So 30 minutes is key, no doubt about it. That I learned from you.
Yeah.
But I find 5 minutes to be much more relaxing and not triggering, and it's like, okay, you know what?
Yeah. So
let there be a bullish candle and a slight up, and then I'll enter. Otherwise, I'm not talking to you. Thank you.
There you go. Just stick to it. If you know what's working for you, stick to it. 5 minute works. You don't have to jump around. I'm just aggressive, not so much with trading, but aggressive with the results I'm trying to achieve. I'm trying to always tweak what I'm doing just to get bigger, better results with less and less risk.
Yeah.
6 months ago, trading like what I did today would have been like $40,000 down, and then have to spend the day making it back.
Yeah.
But the risk is minimal right now. It's like I hardly even started. I know later in the day I'm going to get another 5-6 trades that are just going to be big ones. It's like, so you work. I'm always tweaking, but that's just me. I'm always trying to expand my business, or I'm treating it like a business, it's trading business.
Yeah, I mean, remember that you are the wolf pack leader, right? We are the wolves at the back. And I'm trying to, jump on a little fox, and I'm looking at you, and you are just trying to bite the King Kong, right?
Too many action movies for you, man. Too many action movies. Fun. Hey, Kuldeep, you got a question here?
Hey, Avi, if possible, can you look at a 5 minute PLTR and
Yeah.
see if is it will you consider that as a double bottom?
PLTR 5 minute. No. There's no bottom here. It's a bottom, V-shaped bottom.
Yeah.
Comes down, goes up. This is not a double bottom. A double bottom should really come down, and you have to squint your eyes to turn this into a double bottom. I think you're creating stuff here. Just let it be. It should come easy. This is not. No. It's just-
Okay, I
this
got
is-
it.
Yeah, it's on its way.
Yeah. It was a beautiful shot today. I don't know, Kismet, what time you exit, but
I exited at the bottom.
oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, $2,000. So it was good.
Nice.
Yeah, I entered at 102 and exited like 96. What is it? Right.
I entered it around like 105.
105. Okay. Oh wow.
Mhm. Yeah.
You are more aggressive. Awesome.
It worked. Sometimes it just worked very nicely.
Yeah.
Nice. Look at this, guys. NVIDIA.
And now
This is a
I'm
double
long
bottom.
too, and I took long from 97.50. So
Okay.
still in long. I have 5 contracts still.
Good. Hold on to it.
Oh,
You guys
yeah.
see this double bottom NVIDIA on a 1 minute? You can see it downtrend. Perfect double bottom. Bullish candle. The new 1 minute high is the entry. Your stop is below, and you're looking to go back basically to 140. You'd be on your way by now. That's what a double bottom looks like. A good one.
Beautiful. Classic double bottom.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
Well, I have one question, obviously. For example, I made more today. That's why I could risk to go long, because I can risk like $200 or $300 now to get to the long for PLTR. Sometimes when you don't have like money or I lost something, then I don't take those trades. You know what I meant? So is
Yeah.
it okay to sometimes just risk some of your making money to get more of it?
Think about mindset. If you're
Well,
too
this
euphoric or
wasn't
too
my.
scared,
Sorry to interrupt, but this wasn't my like what do you call the trade book? But I
it's
just
not-
took it because I made money, and I
Yeah.
know I lost most of the time. Sometimes it's work good.
if it's not your trade book, don't take it. That's the simplicity of it. Just don't. Just don't play with it. You get a bad habit gambling on a day that you kind of are in the zone, that you start taking stuff that's not for you. That's building bad habits. Please don't do that. No.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think, Avi, that's the good point I learned from you is sticking with the setups, right? Otherwise, it becomes roulette. You just keep throwing in. I mean, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, you find yourself in trouble doing that, so just don't.
Yeah, I remember a year back, I made money and you told me the same thing. You said, hey, listen, don't do this.
Yeah, no, you got to be super careful, man. It's the market here. You don't want to mess around. There goes Apple. I'm taking the short here. Re-entered the same thing that stopped me out earlier. Same size, slightly smaller. Whatever, it's on its way. Let's see. Microsoft's the other one. Oh crap! I don't even have a stop in place at the moment. Microsoft's doing a very good retest, it seems. 412. Oh gosh, 412.50 isn't far. I can take this. Oh man, this is also a big one. 150. Okay, so let's get this thing moving. So short Microsoft and Apple. All these tech titans are just gonna be pissed with me, but I don't care. Let them be. Where is it? Apple 0.5. Yeah. Whoa. Okay. There we go. Okay, so short Microsoft, short Apple. These things happen fast. See, Apple, there's no way I would even think about it long at any point today. Where is it? Because that big candle, right? Looking for it to go through the level. Microsoft as well. Where was it? Where is it? What am I seeing here? Yeah, big push up, consolidation, breakout, then break back down. This first candle was very interesting. It's making lower highs. It closed well below the area 415. Retesting is what I'm looking at. So you can see here, breakdown, retest. I'm in on the retest. So let's see if these ones go nicely. And with that, guys, I'm gonna have to jump on YouTube fairly soon. So come say hi over there. We'll see how long Andrew's there. As soon as he's off, I'll be on. So that's that. Hope the morning has been good for you guys. Don't forget, there's opportunities all day. So take it easy and always wait for it. It'll come.
Thanks, Avi. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Mhm. Pleasure, guys.
Thank you, Avi.
Thank you, Avi.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Avi.
Thanks, Avi.
Things that they're building, like